The essential part of the Tibetan Buddhism is called Vajrayana. In general, in Buddhist tradition, we have Hinayana and Mahayana, and the main focus in the Tibetan Buddhism is Vajrayana, which we can call it Tantric Buddhism too. And the Vajrayana, the main practice of the Vajrayana is transformation. It's the transformation. It's like in the Western culture, it's a little bit similar to the ancient alchemy study. Alchemy study is talking about transformation, how to copper transform into the gold, or this kind of like metal transformation, mineral transformation, plant transformation, and so on. But of course, in ancient alchemy, it's not only they are talking about the material substances can be transformed. They are also talking about how our mind and emotions can be transformed. And Vajrayana which is very similar in how we see our mind and our mind's emotion and feelings, and how we can deal with it and how we can transform it. And the same way in Tibetan medicine, we use many toxic herbs. For instance, alconite. Everyone knows alconite is very toxic and dangerous. But if you know how to process it, how to work with it, and then alconite can be a very good medicine. And something similar, like in the Vajrayana, we call these mental poisons, like our negative mental afflictions, like anger and ignorance or attachment and desire and these things. So in the Vajrayana, we call them their poisons. So when you say poisons, it's not saying something bad or something very negative, simply saying something dangerous. But even it's dangerous, if you know how to work with it, so it can be very useful or it can be very beneficial. Therefore, it's a technique how to deal with our emotions and how to handle them better. And how we can transform them, there are different ways. And mainly, it's presented in 3 different ways. So first one, we call it the generating stage practice, or Tibetan is called the Kyerim. And that one is why we have a problem, or why we have emotions, and why we have negative emotions and all these things. The main reason is we are so much attached to ourselves. So somehow the self-attachment is the root of all these problems. And in this generating stage, what does it? We change ourselves, transform ourselves into another being. Like we transform ourselves as a Buddha, peaceful Buddha or restful Buddha. And in this sense, like I can have a problem as me, as a person, but when I transformed myself as a Buddha, in that moment the Buddha doesn't have humans' problems. So somehow it's a very skillful way and how we can avoid the root cause of the problems, how we can deal with this, our ordinary attachment to ourselves. That's why we present this generating stage. And second part is called Zorim in Tibetan. Zorim is the completion stage practice, and that is a more deeper understanding about ourselves, to deeper understanding about our body, energy and mind. So we call it Vajra body, Vajra voice and Vajra mind. And the more we discover ourselves, the more we understand the deep meaning of ourselves. So somehow we don't need to search anything externally. Everything is perfectly we have internally, and especially about energy and wisdom and the ultimate potential. So somehow the complete station means everything is complete inside, but still we need to work and practice with this, and this through this practice, and then we can come over from all our problems, or if our goal is the spiritual enlightenment, so we are focusing our own energy and on our own mind, and we can achieve everything what we want in our life. And then of course this completion practice is represented by the 6 yogas, like inner heat and clear light, illusory body, and dream yoga, and bardo practice and power practice. This is the main body of the this completion stage practice, and as well as also karma mudra, it's part of this practice. And then the final stage of the Vajrayana, we can call it Mahamudra or Dzogpa Chenpo Ati Yoga. Basically they are same, and which goes very deep and profound level to finding out what is the ultimate nature of our mind. So once through the meditation, once we reach that aspect, and then we liberate ourselves from all conditions and from all sufferings and problems, and we will achieve the ultimate freedom, or and spiritually it's called the spiritual enlightenment. And this is the main goal of Vajrayana. So somehow Vajrayana offers many different types of practices, mantra, visualization, yoga, exercise. There are so many things, and in reality there are many offers. The reason is there are many people with different mentalities, so that's why. So somehow different mentalities, and they can get some practices more suitable or more easy to practice. So it's like a different type of dishes. There are many different type of dishes, and different people, they have different taste for different foods. Some people, they might like rice, some people they might like pasta, some people they might like meat, or some people they are more vegetarian. So our mentality is very different, and it's not just a different mentality from east to the west, and only just the west itself, there are so many different mentalities. In the east is the same. That's why in Vajrayana is very skillful, and it presents many different type of practices. And it doesn't mean that one person have to practice all of them. It's very important. Firstly, we should find which one is more suitable for ourselves, and something is more effective ourselves. Okay? Effective meditation or effective practice means something helps us to understand something, and something helps us to deal with ourselves easier. And once everything's easier with ourselves, then it will be easier to dealing with others. And that's why. So for the Vajrayana practice is like a journey. So before you make this journey, it's important to read the books and listening the teachings and think carefully. And if you're interested to take that journey, it's better to make sure which journey which you really like or which you really love, and then you can go in that journey, and with your effort and with your trust, and you can complete your journey. And that's about Vajrayana.